news indeed, my friend. This is scary stuff. Business Insider says Bloomberg's chief economist shares why there's a 70% chance the U.S. economy is recession bound and warns a stock market sell-off could sink consumer spending. This is Bloomberg's chief economist. This is not some fly-by-night garbage conspiracy theory website. Even over at Yahoo Finance, risk of recession in the U.S. remains elevated. In fact, many believe we are actually in a recession right now, and they're flubbing the numbers so that you cannot know. That way, they can go to you and say, guys, there's no recession. Vote Democrat. Everything will be fine. Look at this from the Daily Mail. Almost 130 Pizza Hut restaurants to shut as franchise owner gives up. That's crazy, man. South and Midwest closing for good. The franchisee who runs them has put them up for sale after filing for bankruptcy in July due to mounting debts. People ain't buying pizza. Yo, this is the pizza index. If people aren't ordering pizza, then what is going on, man? EYM now has asked advisory firm National Franchise Sales to help find a buyer for a further 127 Illinois, Georgia, South Carolina, and Wisconsin on the brink of shutting as part of a dispute. They were abruptly shuttered, a financial bust-up between the parent company and their franchise. Mounting debts is the key factor here. Take a look at this the other day. Hooters abruptly closes dozens of underperforming restaurants across the country, and now they have $300 million in mounting debts, and there's concern Hooters may actually shut down. Now, of course, Hooters is a place you go to look at boobs, and that ain't selling nothing these days. Look, my friends, when I was younger, the young guys would be like, hey, do you guys want to go to Hooters? And I'd be like, really, dude? And they'd be like, no, they got really good wings. And I'd be like, no, they don't. Okay. They don't have good wings. Okay. The wings are fine. I don't know. I looked at a picture. I looked up Hooters and I was like, the wings actually looked pretty good, to be completely honest. I was like, actually, those do look pretty good. But it's a chain restaurant. Come on. You think they're going to, I tell you what, I go to the local spot over here and they got the best wings ever. Okay. Local spot. There's one spot around here. And they're like never frozen wings. They're always fresh. And, whatever. The point is, everybody says that. The guys would say that because it was an excuse to go to Hooters where there are big-tittied women walking around selling your products. Here's the bad news. If big-tittied women and chicken wings ain't selling no more, we're in a recession. I'm telling you. It's getting scary out there. Business Insider says, apparently a lot of nothing because it's a weird website. There's a 70% chance the U.S. economy is either in a recession or headed towards one, according to U.S. economist Anna Wong. While that might be as strange to hear for the majority of investors who see a soft landing coming as the Fed cuts rates, the biggest indication for Wong that a downturn is ahead is the deterioration in employment indicators. The one that stands out most to Wong is the much talked about sustained rise in unemployment. The SOM rule, measuring the change in the rate's 3-month moving average, now sits at 0.57, having crossed the 0.5% recession threshold. Wong believes the 0.5 level is actually conservative, and that a mark of 0.33 is just as accurate in identifying a downturn in real time. Wow. Wong's downcast view are the more under-the-radar employment flows data, or the number of people going into or coming out of various states of employment. A rising number of people heading into unemployment isn't necessarily a problem if they can quickly find another job. But hiring is slow right now, with job openings and hiring intentions falling. This is causing a growing number of unemployed people to stay unemployed, a pattern seen in prior recessions, Wong pointed out. Wong said this can set off a vicious cycle that fuels a further rise in the unemployment rate. And it's why she said it would be unheard of for the Fed to keep the unemployment rate at 4.4 or lower. I'm not an economist, so a lot of these numbers things kind of go over my head. All I'm hearing is lady going, bad number, recession coming. Quote, initially in all the recessions, this is how the unemployment rates tend to rise. The next stage is, well, firms' revenues are down, the attrition rate is down, and they have to resort to layoffs. And that usually happens 2 quarters into a recession. Oh, crap. That means the next several months are going to get bad. Now, fortunately for us, I warned about this too, my friends. We are in, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you the media buyer's indicator of recession. I believe that people in media have a better indication of recession than other industries. We make our money off advertising. And this is why we do Timcast.com membership so strongly. Go to Timcast.com, sign up, become a member, support our work. Because I'm not confident the economy is doing all that well, and memberships are sustainable. But when recessions do hit, many of our members cancel and they say, sorry, man, I just can't afford it. We're in a recession right now. And I can respect that. It's tough. But understand this. If you guys can't afford it, we can't either. And that's not like a blame statement. It's saying like when recessions hit, everybody gets hit. When people cancel memberships, we also start to pull things back as well. That's why I always say, if you appreciate the work we do and you think it's important or vital, become a member, but always take care of yourself, your friends, and your family before you take care of people like, companies like ours. Even if you think it's important, understand your priorities are your family. That being said, we should be seeing right now a major spike in revenue across the board because of the election. Kamala Harris and Trump are running major political ads, and so are super PACs. This is a massive influx of cash into the market. But what we're seeing right now is moderate stability. I've seen a decent uptick, don't get me wrong, in some ads on many of these videos, but with a massive influx of political money, two things happen. I'll just say, here's what happens. Typically, you have small businesses as the primary fuelers of programmatic ads in media. So on YouTube, mom and pop's diner, they're going to spend $100 a month, if that, on ads to the local community who may watch YouTube and then see mom and pop's diners right for you just down the street on Route 15. And that's $100. That don't mean nothing to nobody. That gets spread out so thin, ain't nobody really going to see it. But with every small business having a very small budget and doing these advertisements, small box stores, convenience stores, not like bodegas, but like, supermarkets buying ads, this means that they've got the revenue to market. So they're making money. They begin marketing. When things start going downhill and their profits start going down and they're tightening their belts, their marketing budgets decrease. All of a sudden, we see our view counts and our rates are the same, but ad sales are diminished. And so we go, wait, hold on there a minute. Right now, with an increase of political cash, there should be more competition. Each podcast I put up has a certain amount of slots for inventory. So it's usually, just for this show, we do pre-roll only. We may in the future pick up some mid-roll sponsors on this show because we have segment breaks, but never for IRL. That would make no sense. On this show, I do the break for Super Chats, and you guys as Super Chatters are basically the mid-roll ads. You pay money, I read what you say, right? That's how it works. A company may say, we'll pay you more to read what we say. So I may do that in the future, we'll see. Our inventory right now for this show is just the pre-roll. There's a set rate based on how many views you can get for how much you can sell it for. And it's been fairly stable. But with the competition, with political injection, it should go up. Because now you're going to have super PACs, you're going to have activist groups, nonprofits, charities. They should be coming in and saying, no. We want to buy these spaces right now. We need them right now. Primarily, this affects programmatic ads. Those are ads that are automatically placed on the content on audio podcasts, YouTube, or otherwise. It means that I don't have anything to do with it. I make the video, I say monetize, and then YouTube decides to play an ad. I don't know what company it is. I don't know if it's Trump or Kamala Harris or whoever, but a portion of that revenue, about 60, 70%, comes to me. So if a diner is spending money on YouTube, and then along comes Donald Trump and he says, I want to run an ad. YouTube says, well, look, this guy's offered me $1 for the spot. What are you going to offer me? Trump says $2. They say, okay, $2 it is. You want to spend more than $2? Going once, going twice? Trump it is. So your revenue goes up because there are more ads and more competition for ads. We are not seeing it. We are not seeing it. Every election cycle, you see a boon in ad spending. We are not seeing it. Again, it's not a bad, but I would consider it to be like moderately stable or a slight uptick. It should be a boom right now with Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. I mean, 2020 was nuts. 2017, 2018, these were crazy times. The midterms were huge. 2022, we saw a big boost. Here's what I think's happening. Small businesses are pulling back on their budgets. The inventory is being filled by political ads. So everything seems to be kind of the same. The competition ain't there because small businesses can't afford it. They're laying people off. They're shutting down Pizza Hut. They're shutting down Hooters. They're saying the recession is coming or it may already be here. And I think the government is lying about what's going on because they don't want people freaking out. But when you get Don Lemon walking down the street in Atlantic on the boardwalk and he's like, who are you voting for? And the guy goes, Donald Trump. He goes, why? The economy is really bad. And then what does Don Lemon do? Actually, the economy is really good. You're wrong. Bro, isn't Don Lemon a millionaire? What's Don Lemon's net worth? Okay, let's I don't trust these websites, but I'm going to Google it anyway. The first estimate is that Don Lemon's net worth is $12 million. Okay? I don't know if that's actually true. These things are usually wrong. In my opinion, they tend to greatly overestimate or underestimate. I remember one time they said Ian Crossland's net worth was $5 million. And maybe it is. I don't know. You never know with that guy. He's doing something with graphene. But my point is, Don Lemon is a wealthy man who had a cable TV contract for a very long time. Of course, he was making bank. He does not see it. He's got such cash probably sitting in his account and investments that he's making money off money. And when he goes to the grocery store, I bet he doesn't even look at the bill. I bet he just throws, when he goes to the grocery store and he grabs things, he doesn't look at how much they cost. He just grabs it, throws it in his cart. He goes up and then they're just like, that'll be $7.93. And he's like, what did you say something? Oh, here, beep, on his card. And then he walks out. In fact, he may even have people do the shopping for him. And he says to his personal executive assistant, whatever, can you pick up some more yogurt and soy milk for me? Sure. I bet if you asked him how much is a loaf of bread, he'd be like, I don't know. He doesn't know. I tell you, the average American person, the average American knows exactly how much this stuff costs. I tell you, I bring up salami because we used to buy these nice little salamis and they were $7 for a pack. Now they're 15. They keep going up, man. We don't even buy them anymore. $15. Look, let me tell you guys. Ain't nobody everyone's gonna say, Tim, we know you're well off. You run a big, successful show and all that jazz. No, I know. But we buy food and supplies for our staff every single day. I'm the one who goes on these websites and looks up and chooses. That's why we have a lot of sugar-free stuff. That's why we have Spindrift. See, Spindrift is delicious because it's got one carbohydrate in it. And it's just, what are the ingredients on this thing? Carbonated water, raspberry puree, and lime juice. Not sponsored by them. But I'm the one who's choosing this stuff. And so we've got protein shakes that are low sugar. We've got Numa energy drinks. I'm sorry, they're not energy drinks. They do have them. These are Numa sports drinks. So I go on Amazon and I'm looking at prices. And what happens is I'll load up a cart with like, okay, we want these things to be delivered. And then a week later or 2 weeks later, I'll forget about it. And I'll come back and I'm like, your cart has been updated with an increase in prices. I'm seeing all of that happen. The economy is not doing well right now, and they're trying to tell us that it is. I am running a business and looking at our ad rates. I'm negotiating with advertisers. I'm seeing these things, and I'm like, something bad is happening. I'm hoping Donald Trump can turn it around. But I got to tell you, after 3.5 years of Kamala Harris, there's a reason why it's not improved. They ain't improving it. They're dumping our money into Ukraine. I understand the money spent is they build bombs and things like this, but their mass spending means they go to a bomb manufacturer and say, we want artillery shells. We're going to pay you $1 million. They say, okay, they create money upon issuance of debt, injecting money into the system. That company then pays their employees to make the bombs. Those employees then go to the supermarket and buy everything up. They are producing bombs that we don't see, that do not improve the economy and are lost as soon as they're fired in Ukraine. If in the United States, someone said, I'm going to make a table and I want a loaf of bread or a lot of loaves of bread, the table stays here in America. That table can be reused and recycled. But when you make bombs, those bombs blow up and are gone forever. The value leaves. That's the important thing. There's a lot more to break down in economics. But I'll tell you this, man, they are lying. And I am deeply concerned about the state of this economy. Pizza Hut closing down. Hooters. We're going to have to go and check out these wings and see if they're actually what everyone is raving about is true. I'm going to leave it there, my friends. Smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, share the show with all your friends. We're back tonight at 8 p.m. at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We'll see y'all next time.